What's going on, YouTube? My name is FG3000. I'm back in the place to be, and welcome to, and let me make sure I get this title correct, Fantasy League turn-based strategy RPG algorithm name. This is a brand new hero collector that just came out last night, so if you do like to download the title for whatever reason, I will have those links in the description below. So let's go ahead and get started. I am not going to spend a ton of time covering this title. I highly doubt there are a lot of you guys out there that have just been anticipating Fantasy League turn-based strategy RPG. However, we have covered this game a few different times on the pre-register, so let's go ahead and confirm what we already knew to be true, what it do. Taking it from the top with the heroes that you can collect. So I will say, based on the screenshots of the game, I thought the game was gonna look worse. But it looks a little better than I thought it would. This character right here, her name is Miss Stress, which is a very interesting name to go for. Here's Violet, and like I said, looking at the screenshots on the Play Store, I thought this game was gonna look a lot worse. It don't look too bad. However, you know what I'm about to say about this character right here, Judy. Look at this, look at this. Are you looking? You looking? Look at this. Blonde hair, elf, green outfit, bow and arrow user. You're trying to distract me with the jiggly bits, but I ain't distracted. I am so tired of seeing this character design and all of the generic hero collectors out there. No more of this, but that's not where it stops, ladies and gentlemen. Here is the main character. Short hair, sword user, red trim, plate bits, but not too platey. And his name is Prince. That don't look like the Prince that I know. That's not the Prince that I know. All right. But yeah, there's Tony though. Tony kind of brings it back. Look at his stanky leg. Tony with the stanky leg. So, but I will say this. More hero collectors absolutely need more non-humanoid heroes in their game. I just feel like game companies out there are just too terrified to put things in their game that don't have 2 legs and 2 arms. So I give them a little bit of props. This is the only props that I'm really gonna give Fantasy League, is the fact that they do have non-humanoid heroes to collect in their game. Hashtag Monster, you love to see it. So let's go ahead and jump into combat. We're gonna go over here to adventure, over into the story campaign, and here is another beef that FG has, all right? Let me tell you about the campaign screen when it comes to hero collectors. There is no need to innovate the campaign screen, right? The campaign screen should just be very straightforward. It should be 1-1, 1-2, 1-3, 1-4, all in a straight line in order. It's a beautiful system. It has worked for generations. My father, my father's father, and my father's father's father has all used the same exact campaign screen. You know why? Because it works. This right here is a mess. Look at this. Why do you have to have all of the little campaign nodes all over the place? You're at stage 46, 47, 48, 49. Where's 50? Where's 50? There's 51. Like, what? Who thought this was a good idea? This is not the only game that's done this. Air of Light is another example of people just trying to innovate the campaign screen for no reason. And let me say, I am not against innovation, ladies and gentlemen. That is not what I'm saying. But some things just don't need to be improved on because they're already perfect. Let me give you guys an example that has nothing to do with video games, but you guys know I'm a gearhead. You know what doesn't need to be innovated in cars? The volume knob. FG volume knobs, really? We're talking about volume knobs? Yes, we're talking about volume knobs. The volume knob is perfect. It's easy to find while you're driving, go up, go down. It is revolutionary in its design, ladies and gentlemen. But you know what people are trying to do? They're trying to innovate the volume knob by putting the volume in the touchscreen. You don't need volumes in touchscreens, all right? You got a knob, it's perfect. So I'm drawing a comparison to volume knobs and campaign screens. You do not have to innovate the campaign screen. Just let it go in order. 1-1, 1-2, 1-3. It's perfect, all right? Nothing needs to be done there. You know what? Another thing that does not need to be touched is 3-star requirements. You know FG's about to go off because you guys know I have just this, I used to call it an irrational hate of arbitrary 3-star requirements, but it ain't irrational, ladies and gentlemen. It is totally rational. Check this out. So not only, ladies and gentlemen, do they have bizarre 3-star requirements, if you don't like the 3-star requirement, you can re-roll it. You can re-roll it. That's how they know the 3-star requirements are silly. Don't do this. Don't do, no. This is why you look at my map and you see so many of these I don't have 3-starred, because the requirements are dumb. They make no sense. And look how much it costs for me to re-roll that 3-star requirement. Look at how much gold I have. It costs, what, 30,000 to re-roll a 3-star requirement? For what? For what? Don't do that. It makes no sense. It's unnecessary. I just got clapped there for whatever reason. Let's go and do some more combat here. So let's actually talk about it. Very straightforward, ability, ultimate based combat. You are on a grid, so some abilities are gonna be straight line, horizontal, AoE, etc., etc. The grid does actually have an impact on battle. So for example, if you have a guy down here that has like a heal or a shield, and you don't have someone there to be on the line with them to be doing DPS, that's gonna cause a problem for you. And there has been instances, once again, I'll give this game a little bit of props, there has been instances where I did have to change my formation in order to defeat an encounter. This might be another example because like I said, these guys down here are just having free reign to do whatever they want. Luckily, I have a few different AoE characters that are kind of helping, but you can kind of see you do need to kind of adjust your formation a little bit. So shout out to Fantasy League, turn-based strategy RPG on that one. There is a little bit of strategy involved in the game. However, with all that being said, it just feels like such a throwaway title. There's nothing here that is just like I don't see anything here that's gonna take you away from Seven Deadly Sins, Exos Heroes, Arc Knights, Genshin Impact. I really don't see it, especially when it comes to games like this. You never know how long a company is going to support a game like this. When you see a game that's an algorithm name, you know, Fantasy League, turn-based strategy, RPG, The Reckoning, Grand Theft Auto, Duty Calls, Legends of Apex, right? When you see games that look like that, your first suspicion should be like, is this just a blatant cash grab? Like, what is going on here, YouTube? And I can't beat anything. I'm getting clapped. But that's all right. I'm not really trying to show off anything when it comes to that respect. The game does have idle, though, so shout out to them on that one. If you find yourself in a situation where you're just not strong enough, you can throw that bad boy in auto or idle, and it'll drain out your little stamina boots, as you see there. There's also quick battle, so sweep tickets. But, of course, they make another FG3000 cardinal sin by having a sweep ticket currency. I've said this 1,000 times. You do not need sweep tickets in your game. Stamina is already a limited resource. It's already limited. You don't have to double limit it, all right? So that is that. Combat is the best part about the game, but that's still not saying much. If we go back over here to the actual adventure screen, I'll show you what other type of gameplay modes you have here. You have the shadow campaign. This could be directly compared to like an elite campaign that you see in other games. So that's all that is. The same exact stage, it's just a little bit harder. These load times are just like really, like, they're not long, but they're just kind of all over the place. It's really bizarre. You have the elemental dragon. Basically how this works, as you're completing stages, you have an RNG chance to summon dragons. You defeat that dragon, you call for friends to help you with that dragon, kill it, get rewards. But that's pretty straightforward. We've definitely seen systems like that in other games before. The rest of the things in this game, like the rune cave, the rainbow forest, the elemental dungeon, these are just all daily resource grinds. There's nothing special about that. There's no innovation when it comes to the gameplay on that. This is just really basic resource grind. So all three of those gameplay modes, there's nothing special about them. Now the last two gameplay modes that we have here is the bounty board and the treasure hunt. Bounty board is okay. This allows you to fight some, preset teams that the game has set up for you. If you can defeat those teams, you get more and more rewards the more teams you can defeat. And then treasure hunt is not bad. I'll give Treasure Hunt a pass. I know it looks exactly like the campaign mode, and it kind of sort of is, but the game gives you a pre-selection of characters, and you have to use those pre-selection of random characters to defeat these nodes. I think that's actually okay. I would like to see more games do that, give the player some random heroes that, number one, allows them to kind of experiment with other characters without having to invest in them. I think that's a very good thing. There's nothing worse than having a new character, throwing a ton of resources into them, and then when you see how they actually operate in combat, not being satisfied with your investment. So I do like that as a concept. So there you go, another bit of props for a fantasy league. But that is going to be pretty much the entire game. The only thing that we have left, of course, is arena. There is real-time arena, but that is coming soon. But that is pretty much the game. Like I said, it just is, right? There's nothing here that I think is really gonna grab anyone from all of the other, high quality hero collectors that are on the market right now. It's just, like I said, I feel like a game like this, I had a 10 pool and I messed it up. I had a 10 pool. I could have been in and out of this video with the quickness. I just don't think there's anything here that's going to convince anyone that the hero collector that they're currently playing, almost any hero collector, Azure Lane, I already mentioned Seven Deadly Sins, Exos Heroes, Arc Knights, Heck, Raid Shadow Legends. I don't really think there's anything in this game that's going to pull anybody away from their current main game. And with that being said, with a game like this that has such uncertainty for the future, why would you invest time, effort, and or money into playing a game like this when there are such better options on the market? So there you go, Fantasy League, strategy, turn-based RPG, whatever. That is a look at that. Look at these, you can click these and get rewards. You see that? You can click them. There you go. There you go. Anyway, guys, so that will do it. Once again, my name is FG3000. I thank you a ton for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. FG, out.